I have so many things to ask you about and talk to you about. The first thing that I think we should discuss is Kanye running for president. And how do you feel about that?
Well, I heard him make the announcement.
Right.
And he said he wanted to run in 2020.
Yes.
I would only ask him if I'm running for re-election to wait.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
But otherwise, a lot of people want to run for president these days.
It seems like a lot of people do want to run. I don't understand it myself.
And I saw you in the debate. You were great.
Thank you so much. I want someone who is qualified, and I feel like when you're talking about, if I look at all the other candidates,
right,
someone who is for rights across the board, equal rights for women, equal rights for every ethnicity, equal rights for everyone, it is the only person I can look at is you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ellen. Well, first of all, I think it's just a reality that we're held to a higher, different, double standard. And it gets a little old, to be honest, but you just forge ahead. Don't let all these wonderful, beautiful young women who are here, don't get discouraged. Don't give in. Don't give up. Don't quit on yourself, on your dreams, on your future. And I actually think, look, I'm not asking people to vote for me because I'm a woman, but I think if you vote for somebody on the merits, one of my merits is I'm a woman. And I think that makes a big difference in today's world.
But I do, and I think that a lot of women, we're so conditioned for so long to be less than, to be, and I just want to read a couple of things that, because I was looking at this and it's just unbelievable to me. It wasn't until 1920 when the 19th Amendment passed that women were allowed to vote. 1920, we couldn't vote until then. Women weren't allowed to serve in the military until 1948, not allowed into combat until 2013. It wasn't until 1973 that a woman could serve on juries. A woman could not have her own credit card until 1974.
Can I tell you about that? This is hard to believe, but there was a law passed so that if you were married or you were a single woman, you would be legally entitled to a credit card. So I applied for a credit card. I was married. This was probably like 1976, 77. And I got a letter back saying that I could not apply for my own credit card. I would have to use my husband's. And so this is not like ancient history.
No.
And I was making more money than he was, and I actually was ready to have my own credit card.
We have to take a break, but I want to say I am not a political person. I don't like politics. I don't understand politics. What I am is a human being who wants everyone to have equal rights.
Right.
And I hate the us and them. I don't like that someone is a Republican, so they're bad. They're a Democrat, so they're bad. I want inclusive. I don't want exclusive. I want everyone to get along. I want everyone to want a common goal of a better country and to not piss off any more countries. I want us all to be loved.
Yeah.
I want us to be happy.
Yeah. The happiness agenda.
I want happiness and I want peace across the world. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we will have world peace. So let's talk about the fact that you're a grandmother. You have a granddaughter. How old is Charlotte now?
Yes, she is. She's going to be 1 year old on September 26th.
That's a cute age.
Yeah. On my way here, I stopped by just to see her so that I could kind of catch a glimpse. It changes so fast. There she's when she's like just born. But now she's doing all kinds of interesting and exciting
What does she call you?
She doesn't call me anything yet because she doesn't have that many words yet.
Oh, that's a shame.
She's got a couple of words. I'm waiting to see what she wants to call me. If I like it, I'll say, yeah, that's a good one. If I don't, then I'm going to have to work on what else can she call me.
Well, can't you guide her into, what would you like to be called?
Well, I'm fine with Grandma. I'm fine with Madam President. I mean, whatever strikes you fancy.
It's a mouthful for a child. Yeah. That would be great if those are her first words is Madam President.
Yeah.
Well, do you sing? Do you read to her?
I am singing to her just like I sang to my daughter. I sang to my daughter until she was about 18 months old, and with our little ritual, I'm singing to her before I put her to bed.
What would you sing? What was the song?
Oh, I sang all kinds of things, old favorites. I think at that time I was singing Moon River because we were looking out the window, we were looking at the moon, and she reached her little finger up, she goes, "No sing, Mommy, no sing." Oh. She finally developed an ear. So I figure I've got about another 8 months or 6 or 7 with Charlotte.
Before she says no sing, Madam President?
Mommy. Yeah, exactly.
That's a shame. So the one thing that people are saying also, because I want to give you a chance to talk about things that are important to you that you want to discuss, but they're saying that if you were elected, you would be one of the oldest presidents elected, which does that matter? Don't we want experience more than anything? Isn't that important?
Well, I think it's very important, but the way I look at it is I would be the youngest woman ever elected
Yes,
president
that
of
is
the United States.